best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more.
We're riding round the moon boulevard. We're riding through the dark of the night. We're pockets like an empty heart. Pretending we're in love with the now. As the stars fill the lonely air. Oh, how did we get here out of the mountain? We see these stars close again. Pretending we escape.
One, two, three, check. Crypto YouTube and Rumble. How's it going? CryptoStud here with another banger. Just had to make sure that the vibe was right. Check. Music's pumping. Check. Mic is playing. Check. Profits here. Check. Target hit. Check. If you watched my last video, you would know what we were looking for. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back, fellow traders. Welcome to Profit Paradise. I kind of wanted to have a theme for this video. One of my buddies had texted me last week. It was like the weekend or so. Said, you know, to be very blessed. You know, God has done you well. He's done a lot for you. And I agree. He has. So one thing I want this to be is faith, hope, and being blessed. So wherever you are, whatever you're going through, you know, you're in the trenches. Crypto world is the trenches, that's for sure. It's a long road. It's hard. It's difficult. That's what it is. That's how it happens. That's how good things become better. So, but anyways, I am very blessed. I hope you are as well. I hope this video finds you in a good state of mind. I know it does for me. I did survive spin class. Let's see, that was what, 4 days ago? Or last Thursday. So almost been a week later. I am here. I am back alive. I did just want to do a couple live video trades of me. Sorry, I don't really do commentary on a lot of them. I might start doing that. There's just days when I just don't really want to talk, you know? Just give my profits the talking, or my trades the talking, I guess. But yeah, it's, you know, trading is very difficult. It's hard. I remember 2014, 2015, especially 2015, there was a trader I used to listen to. I still listen to him to this day from time to time. always loved him. I mean, he's still a great trader. He trades to this day still. But I remember waking up when he woke up to the Chicago, Chicago stock market exchange, or New York Stock Exchange, as a lot of people know. He was in Chicago, so he called it the Chicago Stock Exchange. But you trying to get that edge. You're trying to learn what makes what makes you become a good trader. And if somebody had to ask me, I think it could be summed in one word. Then you're gonna freak. But it's patience. It's patience and a little blessing and a little faith and maybe a little praying, right? But at the end of the day, it's patience, waiting. As I said in my last video, waiting for the trade to come to you. But I do have a secret I will tell you. I was telling one of my good friends. I had initially my live trade that I did post. I actually got out of that, took profits off of it. It was a perfect entry, everything, the likes, awesome entry, awesome executions, what I was looking for. I just wasn't comfortable. So I closed out my position, waited a little bit longer, got back in with a bit larger of a position and called it a day. Much more comfier now. But I know a few people in the group have been killing it as well. We were discussing as this move was going down. It's difficult to talk and try to execute trades and watch charts at the same time. But I know a lot of you, were talking and discussing in the Discord chat as well as it was going on. I kind of go silent when we start getting to my targets, because I'm trying to execute trades, see how the charts do, how things do. But again, I wasn't super comfy with this one. This one was tough for me. I had been waiting for it for so long, but I don't know, it was just difficult. It was different. So anyway, out of that, we're just gonna kind of jump into this. I'm gonna start with Bitcoin. Actually, I'm gonna start with dollar first, and then we'll get into Bitcoin. I'm not going to do any news stuff. We have CPI rereading tomorrow coming out, so that's going to be a big thing. Be looking for that. I don't really want to guess, and I don't really want to just say what I think, but I do think it's going to be a good reading for the fact that the other administration is now leaving, so they want to leave on a high note. The PPI data read came out really nice. That was very bullish, which helped our trade even more. But I feel like the CPI report is going to be great, and if it's not, it's not. I'm still hedging my short position right now from the tops, the 106 tops. At one point I was up quite a bit of profit on that one. Obviously not as much as I was, but that's okay. Here we are, right? But yeah, I just keep humming. I keep chumming about just being blessed. I'm very blessed, very fortunate, and anyone else can be very blessed and very fortunate. And I think another thing, patience is such a huge thing, but you come into the crypto market or trading market, whatever it is, stock market, whatever it is, and you just don't know where to begin. And that kind of, it hurt me a bit too. I didn't know where to begin. Outside of, the good indicators that I show on YouTube, the ones that I sell, it was kind of difficult trading. Trading still is, whatever it may be. It is a difficult thing. But at the end of the day, it's patience goes so far. And another thing is just so eager to get into a trade, eager to get into a position, think you're going to become a millionaire right off the bat. And I just don't, that concept takes so long to get rid of. And the sooner you fight it and get away from that, the better off you are. And the more you're patient and waiting for the trade setup to come to you, the better off you are. When you're itching, for that next fix, that's when you start taking really bad risk, really bad trades, really just bad trades. And those bad trades stem into this mental, breakdown. having a good trade gives you euphoria, yeah. Having a bad trade not only ruins your day, could ruin your week, could ruin your month, you know? It's difficult. But at the end of the day, there's so much psychology in it. And at the other side of it, I have these wonderful indicators I've been developing. I'm still working on them. I work on them day in, day out. Right now, I'm working on getting Serenity updated, swing fill pattern updated for it. Nonetheless, I have an awesome set of indicators that are amazing, top-notch indicators. Still working on them daily, updating almost daily, monthly. Updates to everybody else is monthly to bi-monthly, every other month, or bi-yearly. The updates do take a bit of time for me because I test them and run through them and just make sure that they work. Sometimes that's not trial and error, right? You test it so much and then you release it and then you see more errors. It is what it is. So, but you know, becoming as a trader is it's difficult if you're new, or even if you've been doing it for a while and you still haven't found success in it. It's tough. So I feel like our group is dedicated to letting it be better, not so tough, looking for targets. But I also, you know, talk about them on stream too. And most of the group know these targets and these areas to look for based on what they've learned from our group. So anywho, I kind of wanted to just blab on a little bit and get that off my chest. Just talk a little bit. You know, the grind is hard. Grinding consistently is the key. It's hard, but that's the key. You'll get it. Give it time. You'll get it. We're here to help you too. And with that, well, I'm a tad bit mad that I recorded about 10 minutes of this video, but I was using this mask and didn't have the clean one on. Oh man, it was good content too, but I'm gonna have to delete it. I couldn't even see the screen. I was sitting there looking at myself record it, and then I looked to the left and I'm like, wait, what? I didn't have the thing off, so you can't see anything. It's unfortunate. Maybe it's that spin class from last week got me effed up. But yeah. So the first thing I was talking about on my other video of this, I was looking at Bitcoin. We did get our liquidity grab that we were looking for in our zone. It front ran it just a tad bit. You know, I said earlier that I was kind of really uncomfortable with my position. I had a really great entry. I had an awesome entry. I don't know, when it started coming back down, I was like, yeah, you know what? I took profits, waited it out a little, waited to consolidation just a tad bit, and then I got back in. But I was just not comfortable. Sometimes it's like that, and I'm giving you guys that experience during the stream right now. My last live video I posted, I was in that position, doing well. I turned off the video, put the recording on YouTube. About 20-30 minutes later, I'm like, you know what? I just don't feel good in this position anymore. So I closed it. And then it was about maybe an hour or so later, I was like, you know what? This is my spot. This is what I've been looking for. What am I doing? What am I not in? So I put myself into a position, stops at low, not stops at the ultra low, but stops it to the point where I would have lost what I had made from my long position earlier that day. And as you see, it still panned out really well. So, but those are the things that even me go through. I won't ever be perfect, and kind of demonstrating that on stream with everybody, or on video with everybody. So, but we did get our liquidation hit. came back. Now we're back into this. Now it's getting interesting because we're getting back into this little range box that I had from our last video, if you remember that. So the concept of us hitting back to the top of this are really high. Everything's looking really good. It's looking really clean now. This concerns me is all these bearish divergence here, but I feel like these are kind of invalidated in some sense because we've kind of just been consolidating in this little price here. And normally we've had larger position moves, you know, but it's been kind of choppy just a tad bit. We do have CPI, like I said earlier, we do have the CPI report coming out tomorrow. That's going to be, I think it was 8:30 or so. You can look it up, Forex calendar, Forex factory calendar. Just Google it, look, see what the CPI for the United States. You know what? Let me just look it up. Hold on. You're watching me. I need to tell you. Sorry, I'd be lazy sometimes. Yeah, 8:30. So I was right. I just had to double check myself. I wasn't quite sure. But yeah. So we have that coming out. I was telling some people in the group, our group, you know, I'm kind of wishy-washy. I haven't really been projecting reports ahead of time lately. It's just been, I kind of feel like it's all over the place with the reports. We did have a good PPI report. That was wonderful, helped us in our position. And I just feel like, you know, the CPI is going to just have to be good. We have the administration coming out of office and it's going to be somebody new. So the report has to end on a good note, right? So, but before we begin our technical analysis on Bitcoin, I did want to look at the dollar. And the reason being is the dollar is looking pretty bearish right now. We're getting some bearish movement on the dollar, which is crazy to say. Crazy. We are coming down onto the weekly P here. It's getting pretty close to the weekly P, about to hit it. I don't see why we can't hit this. I did, in the video that I was recording, I did record that I kind of want to see this area get taken. I'm not sure, you know, I can't give you time. I can just give you areas to look for, positions to look for, locations that I think that will, not think, but, you know, theoretically know that they will be hit. Matter of time, right? Same concept with Bitcoin. It was a matter of time before we got the 88,000 range. Now, will it be to the T? No. You know, if it could be 88,000 right to the dots and I had a position, just limit position of $5 billion sitting there ready to just suck that up, you know, oh, that'd be great. But this is crypto. Volatility pursues. Volatility is at all-time high, and what my positions aren't going to be super accurate, but you know, off a little bit, right? Off a little bit, not bad. So with the dollar coming down, other than the weekly still looking pretty good, but the weekly could turn around if we start getting below this weekly P. Be kind of nice to see that for the concept being that I am in this Bitcoin long and I'm enjoying this Bitcoin long and you know, I want it to do well, right? I still am in my short, so I'm hedging it. I'm still in the 54 long. If you've been following my channel, I'll probably need to do a video of that soon enough, but still there, still a thing, still have it. I haven't had any need to get out of it, but the dollar does have bearish divergence on the day, and it looks like we probably will get some confirmation of that and some follow through down to the lows. Again, I'm looking for this area down here. 12 hours looking really bad. 10 hours looking really bad. Yeah, just not good stuff here. 8 hours looking bad. Whew. I mean, and that's okay. You know, that's okay, because we're holding a Bitcoin long right now. We want this. We want this to come down. We want this to come down. That's what we need. Yeah, 4 hours looking pretty bad too. 2 hours, 2 hours not looking great either. Let's check out 1 hour. Yeah, wishy-washy on the 1 hour. I give the 1 hour a little leeway, maybe a little drop, then a little pump, you know, but just the daily does not look good at all. So with that said, we know that the daily looks like daily, weekly, monthly, the whole entire DXY is looking pretty terrible. So what we want to do is we want to look at Bitcoin now. So what we are going to do is we're going to check high block here, see what we got for high block. Long liquidations a little heavy compared to the short liquidations. Tough seeing that. I would like to see more long liquidations coming in. For our move up, which let me see the exact time. That was Monday. I get lost in transition. So on Monday, let's kind of see what high block looked like Sunday night to Monday. I worked on the bot a little bit. I broke it. Let's see. We're still yesterday. We're just keep doing these, huh? We just keep doing all these charts. Oh, speaking of which, let's if I can type, let's put the heat map up real quick. And it put me all the way down to the bottom again. No. Hold on, bear with me. Here we go. Bear down. We're on a mission. We are on a mission. Let's go. So yesterday. All right. So 112. Let me just verify. So I did go back. I just to make things a little quicker. I did go back, and we didn't really have too much in long liquidations on 112 for us. And the only time we really had something big was in 17. And we were about shorts to longs were about pretty even on each other. So I can't really say that the move could have been projected from using high block this time around. Although there are times that, high block on its own will do justice for you. But if we went back up, let's see, 1.6 we wanted to go to. I don't know if we'll get there, if it's going to let me do that. There we go. Now we're going. Now we're speeding. So we're at 1.9. It's kind of sloppy looking for these. High block right here. Long liquidations at 620, but then price still goes down, which is kind of crazy to see. But I think a lot of the concept of the shorts getting going was them being closed out, and that's the reason we had the pop on Bitcoin. And we're also in a bull, we're in a bull run, so obviously longs are going to outweigh shorts, especially at the bottom of the range. And I did speak about that's Pepe. I did speak about this range that we are playing on Bitcoin. So if we go back to the charts, we still are in this range bottom down here. We had a really nice buy, had a I would say it's kind of a fake out, like you test this bottom here, come back up, consolidate right here, and then come back down, and then you break it even lower just to get all these traders, all these bears, all these horny shorts in here to just short the heck out of this, and then you're pulling price up crazy. Just ruthless. But we know how to trade, and we trade properly, and we execute, right? I did notice something while I was looking through all this stuff. So check this out. I just popped this up. Let's look at high block real quick. Yeah, nothing too crazy on high block. 200's kind of healthy. Now, recently, I think once we get back into a bear market, 200 will be a top out again, 250, 200. But right now, like I'm thinking 500, 600 even is like the top out, and 500 seems to be kind of wishy-washy at times too. But the only liquidation we really have here that I see that's very large is pretty much the area where everybody longed. So everybody got into their longs in here with liquidation, liquidation levels right here. Now, the most interesting thing I've noticed as this has, formed, as this chart has formed more for us, is check out this area right here, the bottom. Now, doesn't that look familiar? That price, just that price area look kind of familiar? It does indeed. Why, you may ask? Well, that is this huge support area that we have sitting here. Now, why is this support area huge? Because this is an old area of resistance, and it's also kind of you know, theoretically a swing fail of this consolidation right here on the 12-hour, which is valid. So, you know, you get the swing fail down to the lows here and then come back up. But you also have, you know, this level, just this huge level of old resistance that we finally broke out of to the upside. So this support is just massive. Now, you might ask, you know, how, why, like what, like how is that even possible? Like, why are you even thinking that? Now, if you look at the back here, check this out. If you go here, this old area right here, old area support, you see that? Or old area resistance. See that right here? So we kind of bumped up a few times on here. It's not super pretty. Volatility wasn't as heavy, wasn't as much, but we did get the liquidity grab right here, got the swing fill here. If you recall, if you've been watching my videos for quite a while, we actually took this trade over here and we killed it. We crushed it. We had a great trade setup. Wonderful trade setup for that. But you know, we did test that, got that area right there, and then we took off to the races. So I have that same concept I'm thinking here. You know, when does it happen? Will it happen? Who knows? I feel like it's gonna happen, and I would like to see it happen. Maybe with how price is looking, we get back up into this range over here, and then we really kind of just nosedive back down here. It'd be a great trade setup, a good short setup, very profitable setup. You know, we'll see how the charts favor us. So the only thing that really worries me for Bitcoin is the weekly is pointing down heavy. We do have heavy pointing down on the weekly. Now it does take time for it to turn around, so it could turn back around. Daily's looking pretty darn nice though. You know, that's comfort sign to see when you're in a long position near the lows. The 12 hours looking beautiful. You know, 10 hours looking great. You can see it for yourself here. 10 hours looking beautiful. 8 hours looking beautiful. I mean, these time frames look so good. 6 hours looking strong. 4 hour. 4 hour does have a bearish divergence. It kind of played out. So the concept with these bearish divergences, I would rather see them play out with higher time frames also pointing down. So the concept being is like, if you take a look at this one right here, concept of this one right here, let's go to like the 8 hour, see what the 8 hour looks like. 8 hours starting to point down. See how high up the 8 hour is in that zone, that sell zone of ours that we have, looking really bad. 12 hour, you know, 12 hours is a bit tougher to get up there, of course. Now I did notice, no, I didn't. I did not see that. I was gonna say there's some bearish divergence forming up, but I'm half asleep now, and that's not there. I'm trying to find ways to be bearish, and I can't. It just looks so good. Bitcoin just looks so good right now. So with that, let's check out XO. Let's see how XO's looking real quick. I'm not going to do any stocks. I do want to look at RGTI, and then I do want to look at Gevo. This might not load for us, so we might be... Oh, there we go. It's just very slow. Open interest. Ooh. That's not good to see that. Wait, hold on. Ooh, I don't like seeing that. That's troublesome. Meanwhile, we're just mega pumping to the highs again. So my only concern is, and I'm just jumping up to a higher time frame if XO decides to load, is you know, price is rising and open interest is falling. That's not a good sign. This is the first time I looked at XO since this move up, actually, and that's not pretty. Dang, I don't like seeing that. Oh boy, I don't like seeing that. Nonetheless, you know, so for me, you know, this is kind of a conviction play with us. I would like to see this while the indicator juxtapost is lining up with it. I would more be inclined to think that this is possibly a move back down. You know, open interest looks disgusting. That does not look good at all. I'm thinking it's just a bunch of shorts closing out that's making this move up, which is never a good sign. but the higher time frames are looking good on Juxtapost yet. Still, I don't see reason to be scared or be skittish. Now, I would kind of want to see us get back into this area right here. Wow, you would think that I use this daily. Jeez, brush. So I kind of like this area right here. This concept right here, this spot right there. And the reason being is we kind of have this resistance. We have a 4-hour order block right here from Serenity showing up. And then we do have kind of this top side resistance box right here. As you can see here, which if it would stay, there we go. Come on now, stay. Kind of top side resistance box right here. I don't really, you know, seeing it come up here would be great. It would be pipe dream, but let's see what we get when we get past this part right here. I was talking in the group yesterday about the 93.5 and somebody had asked why is that an area to look for? Well, that kind of starts to flip these lower time frames, and then the lower time frames kind of seep into the higher time frames. Not that I'm one to just sit there and look at lower time frames all the time, but if you see on here, we have that lower right here, 93.8. So we, you know, past that area, then we started consolidating in this zone and started slowly going back up, going up. So it was great to see that play. But you know, seeing open interest like that's concerning. That's very concerning for me. But for me, you know, the dollar's pointing down right now. Juxtapost is got some bullish momentum on the higher time frames. I can't be super bearish yet. I can't. Now, if we start breaking these lows down here, I'll turn back to bearish again. But so far, Bitcoin is proving its worth. Now, we've finally hit the weekly P, which is crazy. The weekly P was above us. So here's another trade concept for you. Looking for, you know, Sunday opened. We almost hit the weekly P there, wicked up to almost to the weekly P. But the trade concept of, like, you know, you could have waited for the swing fail here on this one right here and then played for the weekly P. And let's check out the percentage for that. So played here to the weekly P. Remember, we had the weekly P. 80% chance that the weekly P will be hit, and that's 5% right there. It's beautiful seeing that. My music keeps cutting out on me. It's like a 5-hour long mix, and it's draining. It's draining. Okay, so, you know, my concept with Bitcoin is I'm bullish. You know, I need more data to really have like solid sets spots for this. So for me right now, you know, kind of just see, it's a wait and see, wait and tell, see what happens, but it's looking good. My only concern is XO. I'm worried about XO. The dollar's starting to weaken for us, so that's great. But we do have all these bearish divergence on the 2-hour too. All right, I did want to look at Gevo real quick, see if there's any. Oh, you know what, Tesla. Let's check out Tesla. Tesla had a nice little pop today, or was it yesterday? Yeah, today. Had a really good run today and then kind of pulled back all of its gains. Consolidation right now for us. So what we could do is we could put like a little rectangle here. You know, concept of that, right? Playing that range right there. Come back to the lows right here is kind of the next area I was looking for. Let's see. Weekly on Tesla is looking so bad. Weekly on Tesla is looking bad. Daily's looking okay. Daily's starting to turn back around. 12 hours starting to turn back around. You know, the more we consolidate in this zone right here, the better these time frames will get. They'll kind of flatten out, and it'll give an opportunity for them to move back to the upside. But boy, the weekly looking like that is not favorable for it. But the weekly will take some time to play out. So, I mean, we could have another move up to the top here before weekly really starts to show its cards. So within time, given time. Yeah, let's look at Gevo. So, you know, I'm kind of neutral with Tesla right now. I can't really, I don't see anything super great on it, but I don't see anything super bad on it either, you know. Gevo's starting to come back around on us. We do have bearish divergence on the weekly, so that's kind of effed. That's gonna probably pull us back down to the lows at some point. Let's check out the other time frames first before daily's looking really terrible. Boy, 12 hours looking really bad. It's crazy how quick. It's crazy how quick we got up here, came all the way back down, rested this completely, and then we started making another move up, and it's already flat burnt out again. I mean, I guess it's such a big move for Gevo in its own, taking these. Oh yeah, wow. I forget that these percentage gains are just ridiculous with Gevo. You like here? I mean, it's just the growth on this is just extraordinary. Just extraordinary. Now, it's not Bitcoin, but 177. We got back to the all-time highs, which was 15-ish. There, let's go. Say he got into it today. Took it 440 for 9. Jeez. Crazy to see that. Let's do a little bit more here. See what we get. 671 is not bad. Not bad at all. First stock, at least. First stock for sure. So, okay, I did want to look at RGTI. I did speak about this in the group today. I did purchase this. I think it's a really good entry point right now. It's freaking primed. Let's see, I guess it's closed right now. Trying to see, yeah, it's not. Pre-market's not open for right now. But yeah, so for me, I did like how we did get this swing fail, the lower right here on this. It's a beautiful trade set up. It's kind of something I've been eyeing for a little bit. We finally got the play out for it. I wish I got in $1. I mean, $1 to $20 have been sick. But, nonetheless, here we are. We're making trades. We're making moves, right? So this is under my radar now, and I really like it. I got a really good position in it. Feeling really comfy. More room to grow. More room to grow. Even if we came back all the way to the top, that's almost 200% gain right there. It'd be crazy for stocks. Crazy percentage gains right there. So, anywho, that's it for me, folks. I really like RGTI. These lower time frames are kind of just all over the place because of the price action recently with the volatility. But yeah, till next time, I hope you had a good one. Peace.